monster. This is the Antec S10, and this one they're actually using aluminum, 4mm thick aluminum on the sides. Now we have a door up here in the front and a door right here, and they're all separated. It's going to be an extremely quiet case because they're separating all the components. Also, interesting cooling options here. So let's go ahead and open the door by pressing here, or it's also magnetic. You can pull it open. And now we see what's going on. Now over here we have lots and lots of little trays for all of your hard drives. You can put 6 3.5-inch drives in here, or up to 8 2.5-inch drives. These cages up front right now are not removable. They're all going to be here. That's just where they're going to live. So if you need a lot of hard drives, go for it. If not, maybe you can mod it to put something else in there. But a lot of these things are, completely riveted or just molded to the frame. The frame itself is steel. Then we've got plastic up here on the top and on the front. But on the inside here, we've got a spot here where you can mount radiators or also do some air cooling. And if you see, once you close up the hard drive area there, this area here is going to be pulling in cold air. This is separated. This is a solid piece on the inside here. I don't know if something fell over. A solid piece on the inside here that blocks the heat from the hard drives from getting into, the rest of the system where your components are. Now, huge motherboard area with possibly one of the biggest trays I've ever seen. And this will support up to XL-ATX, all the way down to ITX, so all that. Grommets everywhere, which is nice. On the bottom here, it's a little bit hard to see because it's so dark, but we have some nice thick foam that elevates your power supply. Then on the bottom there, we've got a dust filter and plenty of room here for cable routing options. And hey, you want to put some more stuff down here? By all means, put all your 2.5-inch down there. You can put 2.5-inch here, as well as up here. You can put so many hard drives in this thing. And on the back side, you see we have the same design with the 4mm thick aluminum. There we go. And there's the back. You can easily access everything. But the main thing I want to highlight here is we have the fan hub, 1 Molex, and then 1 billion fan ports there. So if your motherboard is insufficient in that area, they've got you covered here. And look at all this room for cable routing. Like an absurd amount of room here. Like there, and then also lip here. So 3 different chambers. There's chamber 1 down here. Chamber 2 is going to be all over here. And then chamber 3 is right here, and they're all pretty well sealed off. So this should be a pretty interesting case with some nice airflow options. Last thing I want to mention, we do have 4 USB 3 right here on the top. That should pretty much sum it up. The S10 from Antec. This is the Mionix Castor. So there it is beside the NAS, and as you can see, it's slightly smaller. And it's meant to be somewhere between palm and claw grip, but you can actually use both with it. So here's my hand, or Kane's hand. We have a DPI adjustment right there, but this can be mapped. And then we have our scroll, feels nice. All right, on the side there, we have our other mouse buttons. You can use them for forward and back, or you can remap them. And also there's an interesting texture here on the side. So the entire mouse has a rubberized coating, nice and soft. It's a Mionix. You pick it up and it's like, you feel it, it's a Mionix, yes. This is a little different. It's sort of a grip for your thumb. It's a nice texture, but it's not distracting. When I had it in my hands, it was it's still soft, but it adds a little grip, and so I kind of like that. On the bottom there, we see our polytetrafluoroethylene feet, just 2 big ones, one on the top and one on the bottom. And right there inside there is the PixArt. That's the 3310 infrared sensor, and they've actually used the ARM processor on the inside to sort of overclock this. And it will go all the way up to 10,000 DPI. You probably don't need that much, but you know what? Now it's going to go to 10,000 even if you want it or not. Most people are going to play around 2,000, 3,000, whatever. Let's just slide this aside. We got the braided cable there. I don't want to forget that. Slide it aside, and then Kane, let's unbox this thing. We'll show you guys what it's going to look like. They also said this is a prototype. The logo is going to move a little bit farther to the back and that sort of thing, but here we are, the case. They've actually done a few different things. If you look on the outside first of the case, you'll notice that there's not a lot of nonsense, not a lot of holy crap, 10,000 DPI. It's just, Mionix. Open up and let's take a look. They're going on about the craftsmanship. Ooh, look at that. That is fancy. So what they did here was they tried to find the right type of material. And this is not plastic. There's no plastic in here. This is sort of like a cardboard material, but they had to find the right kind of cardboard material so it wouldn't leave any residue. So they did a lot of work on this casing. Look at all that fanciness. So when you open it up, it really fits in there perfectly and sort of snaps together. Got your stickers there. We'll be doing a review on this very soon. We'll actually plug it in and I'll test it out, tell you how it feels, but I already know that the 3310 is my personal favorite sensor, so that's a good sign. When I heard that it had that one, I was like, oh, it's going to be nice. The main thing for a lot of people will be, you know, is this going to be the right size for you? It is built well, so I mean, this could be my review right now because I have played around with it and used it. But I'll put it in, you know, put it through some gaming sessions, and then tell you guys exactly how I feel about it. But right now, I wanted to give you a first look. So there it is. All right, so maybe we should check back in about 13 hours, but it'll be later on tonight. 24-hour live modding, huh? So right now they're building cases. He's got a wood case going on over here. This one looks pretty interesting, and he just finished dribbling down the sides of the tempered glass panel, and now he's preparing the wood, making a little window there for the side. Looks like he's going to put the side panel right there, and then mount the motherboard back there in the back, right over there, through that thing. Yes. Let's go ahead and see what else everybody's doing here. Over here we just got, you know, some reservoirs just, you know, sitting around. That's a tiny little drill press right there. I don't even know what they're building right now. Got a station over here where they're doing some airbrushing, painting them up, letting them dry, coloring. Probably gonna be surprised in like 12 hours when we come back and see what they're really putting together, because right now it's hard to tell. Over here's something cool. Come on, King. A lot of woodworking going on here. It's pretty cool. Brought their whole entire freaking wood shop here almost. Clamped down to the table, working on it, sanding. Table saw over there. Or not even a table saw, just a regular saw. There's all kinds of stuff here. Sanding down the plastic. Pretty crazy. All right, we'll come back in 13 hours. Guys, be sure to check out the Corsair coverage. They are unveiling a new Cherry MX switch. It's silent. So be sure to check that out. Also, they've got some new RGB action going on here with the brand new version of the Strafe. They've got a new MMO gaming mouse called the Scimitar. And they also have some new RGB headsets. So check out the footage by clicking on the screen or see the link in the description, or else.